good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world enjoying our Powered by Forever podcast. Welcome. My name's Aidan O'Hare, and I'm here coming to you semi-live from Scottsdale, Arizona. But as you can see, I'm not alone. I'm with the wonderful, the beautiful Holly Stout. How are you?
I'm doing well, Aidan. How are you?
Really good, really good.
Gosh, thank you for inviting me. This is really exciting.
I don't know if I invited you, although I love sitting down and chat with you, but everyone was like, you got to get Holly on the podcast. So we kind of had our arms twisted, but our arms are rubber because it's great to have you with us.
Oh, thank you. It's always good to be here. As you know, I can always talk about product. I can always talk about the company. There will not be a moment where I am not able to say something. So there you go. I will talk.
Generally speaking,
Generally speaking, always speaking about our product. You can't shut me up. So you might have to be like, tss.
No, you might have to be doing that to me too. So, hey, but we start every podcast with a toast.
Oh, fantastic.
And we have our 330 aloe vera gel. So can we do that?
Yeah, here we go.
Let's open it up.
All right.
With the European Union inspired top.
Yeah, there we go.
All the best, Holly.
All the best, Aidan.
Every time I drink aloe, it's a really weird thing to say, but it brings back so many memories.
Really?
It does. The first time I think I was connected with our aloe was probably 1996. And first product I really enjoyed was Tooth Gel. Wow. Since that day, 26, 27 years, I've had to use it. And when I travel, I got to have it with me. Yeah. Do you have a product like that, which is I must have?
Absolutely. My firming serum, the infinite firming serum. Well, and actually, it's funny, Aidan, people will say, Holly, what's your favorite product? And I feel like that's such an unfair question, especially for me, who gets to really see behind the scenes of how we develop all of our products. And I mean, I use so many forever products that I can't imagine life without them. I can't imagine not starting my morning with them. And so when they say, what is your favorite? That's an impossible question for me to
answer. But imagine you're going on a trip.
Okay.
And we've got a limited amount of weight. And you've got your... Because you're so well dressed, so I'm sure that you go with 17 pairs of shoes.
Yeah, at least.
And so you can only take one product with you. What is it?
So you're going to do what everybody does to me, Aidan, and you're not the first.
It's like saying, who's your favorite kid?
It's like, yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly. Or if you're stranded on a desert island, what one product would you want to have with you? Aidan, honestly, I'm genuinely sincere when I say I cannot answer that. And again, if I were to be a skincare, it would probably be and I have to say either or. Like, I cannot pick one. It's literally impossible for me.
Just throw one out there.
Okay, so the Infinite Firming Serum for me is...
Infinite Firming
Serum is probably one of the musts for me. And then
why'd you like that so much?
Because my skin feels amazing. It's so highly effective. And as you know, I've been in the industry for a very, very long time. And I've seen and tested a lot of products. This product performs better than
Is it a moisturizing?
It can be
tightening?
moisturizing. D, all the above. It can be moisturizing. It can be tightening. But my skin just feels radiant. It feels smooth. It's just, if I didn't have any other moisturizer, if I didn't have any other cosmetics with me, that would probably be my product of choice. It's just a sensational formula, the texture, the application, and then the way my skin looks and feels after, like it's an outstanding. And we've won awards around the world, so it's not just me saying it. The entire beauty industry, which is the most scrutinizing industry in the entire world, they say that it's one of the best. So it's a fantastic
I wonder
product.
how many people are watching or listening to this now are running off to buy the product and thinking, I'm going to try that. I want to look as good as Holly.
It's great.
And I have a confession. I don't use it, so they'll be like, we're like a before and after shot right here.
Yeah, but Aidan, since I've met you, you've actually gotten a lot better about using more of our products, which is
say more of the skincare beauty product.
There you go, because you are definitely health and wellness all the way.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. We'll talk about that in a minute, but Holly has been an amazing influence. You've been with us for about 9 years.
Yeah.
And I literally was the guy and would have shampoo.
Shampoo head to toe, body wash, right? Like you were a two-product guy. You were shampoo head to toe, aloe vera jelly head to toe.
Yeah,
that was it.
Can I throw another confession in there too?
Yeah.
I think this is the naval part of me, is that when I was in the Navy, you have to do everything in like, you get 4 minutes. You get to shower, get ready, and everything's got to be fast. So I do everything in the shower. I shave in the shower, I brush my teeth in the shower, and I use shampoo. And that's it. And the aloe jelly I used to shave, the shampoo I used for everything else, and that was the end of it until you picked on me and said, "Oh, come on, you got to start looking after your skin a bit." So, anyway, Holly, we just had a good time this weekend.
We did.
Let's tell the guys a little bit about what was going on here.
Well, we had a North America Success Day where we invited, I want to say, about 350 FBOs from both Canada and North America. We even had some people from Mexico. And they came together to celebrate. That's one thing we do really, really well, is to recognize the individuals in our company who go to extraordinary lengths in their business to heighten their business to what we consider to be leveling up, to really be the leaders, the influencers of our business. And so we bring them together for an event, and we spent a couple of days with them and got to listen to some really valuable testimonials. We got to party with them on Friday night, which is always fun, always a good time. They love to dance, and so do we. So, yeah, they got to tour home office, and we spent some time with some of the leaders, which I always find so unique about this company, Aidan, because as you know, I've been with other network marketing companies. One thing that Forever does outstandingly well is the level of connection that we have with our leaders. Now, don't get me wrong. We will connect with anybody and everybody who's interested in our business. But when we have our leaders here, it blows my mind that the top of the top, our top tier executives, you and Greg and Gary and Garen, you all come out and you spend very quality time talking to them, not talking at them, not telling them what you want them to do or what your vision is, but asking them questions, discussing what their needs are. And that's just something you don't see in other companies. I've been there. It just doesn't happen. So that's one thing I really admire about this company.
Thank you. I have to defer to your greater knowledge on that because this is all I know.
Yeah.
And I think if I've learned anything is if you try to fake it too often, you just get wiped out and tired.
Right.
So for every event and everything we do, I just have got to the point now, just be yourself.
Right.
And as you do that, you find that you really enjoy the experience. It's not a burden in your life, and so I think that's helpful. And you learn so much too.
You
like
do.
Like that. So one of the things we talked about at the event this weekend, and you say that from North America and Canada, which they are, but from all over the world too.
Yeah,
Was that unbelievable?
I loved it. Poland, Romania, Hungary, Puerto Rico. Like we had
Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala.
Yeah.
It's just, and then go to Africa.
Yes.
All of West Africa was represented, and man, it's almost emotional to sit in the room and look out there and say, look at all these people that Forever is inspiring, is given the opportunity to, is empowering. It was amazing. But one of the things we talked about a lot about growth, and I'm excited to say that we've got growth this month. It looks like we're going to be about 5 to 6% up in April.
Fantastic. That's exciting.
It's incredible. And especially in the environment of our industry right now, is that that mindset of growth is starting to really take hold. And you know that we have the acronym now we're working on.
Yeah.
And so we're going to focus a little bit today about the first one, which is my favorite, which is, actually it's not my favorite, they're all my favorite. I was like, what's my favorite product? Now you got me going.
Right, there you go.
Is this word grit, this G as in growth, but G as in grit, this intangible, unmeasurable quality that a champion has, we see it a lot in motherhood, for example.
Yeah.
I see it in my own home where, Laura's sick and then she still gets up and looks after the kids and does it. And please don't criticize me, I'm working on some things myself. But, and I know that you didn't come to Forever by accident. There's a whole history, a whole journey. Would you mind telling us a little bit about that and how grit played a part in you getting from that young girl in Utah?
Yeah.
Is that where
you?
To a senior executive at Forever Living Products. That didn't happen overnight.
No, it did not. So Aidan, I say, and it's funny because the first time I said this, you said, Holly, don't say that because it makes you seem so old, which I thought was adorable. But I've actually been in the beauty and style and wellness industry for over 35 years. It's been something
That does make you seem old.
right. I know it does make me. Well, I started when I was 5. No, 5.
Oh, 5.
Come
Sorry,
on,
my bad.
But yeah, I mean, I have always been fascinated with how products work, both inside the body and on the skin, hair, etc. And I was always
Is this a high school kid, young kid?
This is like when I was 5 years old. One of the very first gifts I got was a little makeup palette with some skincare items. And I mean, I was the one that was going around doing everybody's makeup and putting creams and lotions. And I have 3 sisters, and we would have beauty parlor Sunday where they would all come into my room and I would shampoo their hair and style their hair. And
legit?
Legit.
Where do you fit in with the 4?
I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. And then I have, so me, 2 boys and 3 girls.
4 boys?
I know, 2, yeah.
Were they forced into Beauty Sunday?
They were not forced into Beauty Sunday. They didn't want anything to do with it, which is normal. My sisters would bring their friends over and we would get together and I would teach them about how to take care of their skin and how to do their hair. And so from a very, very young age, I was always interested in the power that how when you look good, you feel good, but more importantly, you act different. So, and that's something I recognized at a very young age, and I practiced it. So kind of fast forward into my career when I started kind of what I say in corporate America. I started with, I was the vice president at Overstock.com, and it was more in merchandising and products, but still the ability to take a product that may or may not have any sort of relevance in your life and actually make it relevant to you. Because, sometimes you just don't know until you know. And I was the one that wanted everybody to know the benefits of products. And then kind of fast forward more, I was approached by a local NBC affiliate in Salt Lake City for a TV show called Studio 5. And this was a daily talk show that was hosted by, at the time, a man and a woman. Now it's since been taken over by this really beautiful young lady. And they had me come on as the beauty and style contributor. So every week I would go, they'd give me a topic or I would pick my own topic. So for instance, it might be, drugstore hair oils and the high quality, find high quality and what would work for your hair. Or how to dress your body with the right jeans, right? The pockets matter type thing. And I would go and I would do all my own independent research. In fact, Aidan, I kind of think I was an influencer before influencing was a thing, because I would show up every week unscripted, live, for 10 minutes and talk about subjects, talk about products and make them relevant to an everyday individual. And my goal wasn't necessarily to, convince or to sell, because I was not paid at the time. I wasn't a paid sponsor. But if I could have helped one person recognize that when you look good, you feel good, and you act differently, and you present the best version of yourself, that takes it out of the realm of vanity and being shallow and puts it truly in a form of etiquette, where when you make an effort internally and externally, the people that you surround yourself with will act differently. So it became just this mission of self-improvement, and if I could help one person in the audience or who was watching, if I could make a difference to them and help them feel better or make a subtle change, that's why I did it. I loved it. And I did that for almost 14 years. So very passionate about it. During that time, I actually was approached by a network marketing company who said, we have a product brand that we'd like you to come and take a look at. And I started to look at the products and quickly jumped into product development. The rest is history. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Back a step, because I was really listening to because there is a misconception, I suppose, and I think I'm probably guilty of this little bias too, is that beauty is shallow. When I say beauty, I mean the beauty industry.
Right.
And I got to remember, what was that? The Devil Wears Prada. You remember that movie?
I love that movie, yeah.
There was that one point when the assistant says to the lady, it's just blue. And she says, and she gives this big whole speech of how blue affects,
that speech, yes.
Thousands of millions of people. And I'm just trying to ponder or process that idea that your love of skincare, of beauty, of product, of well-being is actually personal development.
Absolutely.
It's empowerment.
Yeah.
It's hope.
Yeah.
As opposed to just, I hope I look better than she does or he does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's no longer about comparison. Genuinely, it's about being your most authentic self and communicating.
Have you run into that bias? Sorry to cut you off. Have you run into that?
Absolutely.
How do you deal with that?
Gosh, that beauty is vanity, and that's like, it's hard to overcome because people do come with biases. They come that, if you're making an effort, it's selfish or it's self-serving or you're trying to one-up somebody. And I don't know, for me, it's just the way I talk to them and the way I love them. There's an element of love genuinely that comes from what I do and how I communicate the message.
Sorry, I'm going to cut you off again because
go
I'm
ahead.
really intrigued by this.
Yeah.
I'm a young lady or young man in the business, and I want to sell collagen. Collagen's a fantastic product.
Yeah, it is.
In fact, I read something. It was like #2 product for a couple months last year.
It
globally.
has been, yeah.
It's incredible.
In forever.
Yeah, I know. And this idea that it is a beauty product pointed purely at a particular bandwidth of humanity.
Yeah.
How do I tackle that? How do I tackle that shallow HAL response?
So Aidan, first of all, collagen makes up, it's one of the most abundant proteins in your body. So it is 1/3 of the protein in your body. It's not just in your hair, skin, and nails. It's found in your joints, your muscles, your tissues, your bones. So when you take it back like that, you realize it's a structural element of the body. So collagen is no longer just about beauty. In fact, you see athletic coaches all over the world who are now recommending to their athletes collagen as a supplement in addition to their protein regimen to help strengthen that athletic physique. So
I've never thought about it because it does point beauty, right?
It does.
Maybe that's our
Absolutely,
fault from a marketing point of view is because protein's massive now.
Massive. And we're learning that you need more and more and more, and you need a diversity. You need diversity in your protein intake.
So me drinking a protein milk every morning is not enough.
Oh, no. I mean, the body's so complex. It's so beautiful. But yeah, you need to be supporting it at all different angles, different levels. And so collagen is truly at the very, very base a fundamental protein that as we age, we produce less of. And so now as you're supplementing with protein, where most protein powders is you're just adding protein to existing protein, right? Your body already has a certain amount of protein. Same thing with collagen. Your body has a certain amount of collagen. And when you just want to add collagen to collagen, your body will say, okay, thank you. I already produced some of my own collagen, and it's going to discard what it doesn't think it needs. And that's really where you want to be careful, because people will be like, oh, well, this powdered collagen is great, or this one says that the molecular size is smaller so it gets into the body. I ignore all of that because when you're talking about one single ingredient, collagen, you're missing the point. This is about an entire formulation, a scientifically developed and advanced technology in the form of a product that does contain collagen, but we're not adding collagen to your existing collagen. We are actually encouraging your body to produce its own collagen. And that is the difference of Forever Marine Collagen against any of the other proteins on the market. So it is a protein, it does add benefit, but it actually talks to your body and encourages your body to produce its own. So that's the additional benefit. Now you're supplementing with whey proteins and soy proteins, plant proteins, pea proteins, which are adding to the fundamental development of your muscles, but our collagen is actually talking to your body to nudge it to produce its own abundant collagen. And now you're getting a really diversified regimen of structural proteins for your body.
It's a lot to process.
I know it is.
Yeah, but
very smart though.
In other words, just take collagen every day.
Just take collagen, yeah.
So that love, that passion for people, developed and kind of like it displayed itself in this love of beauty, and I know that's not the right terminology, but no,
I understand.
Presenting yourself in the best way, wellness, and then you ended up at Forever. You've been here 9 years. How would you just, if someone said to you, you're sitting on a plane and tell me about the company you work for, what would you tell them?
That's a loaded question, Aidan. First of all, when I was introduced to Forever, it was Rex who actually called me. And I just recently found the voice message that he left me, which was such a prized thing to find. I didn't realize I'd recorded it. But, I really wasn't looking for a job. I was very happy at my last company. I had a great career trajectory. I mean, we were on fire. The company was growing. It was a really, really, I felt safe, right? I felt safe and protected and was in a really good niche. And when Rex called and told me about this company, I'm not going to lie, I had to Google who was Rex Mon. Now, we'd heard of an aloe vera company because, interestingly enough, my company had an aloe vera product. And I was told, I knew about the benefits because I had to go train, and I was told why we developed it. But I did not realize that it was Rex's company that we were trying to copy, right? It was the aloe vera gel we were actually copying. So when Rex called me, they sent me a box of products, and it was interesting. Aloe vera gel was not in that box of products. There were a lot of personal care, there was a lot of supplements, there was some of the makeup that we used to have. And I remember opening the box, and I remember looking at it, and excuse me, but I first thought, wow, some of these products look very dated. Like, some of these products look very, kind of old school, which is not unusual in companies this size. But when I opened them up and tried them, now keep in mind, I understood formulations. I knew the whys and the whats of what was in the product. But when I started to try the products, I thought, how is it possible that the formula that I'm reading on the tube is performing so differently and beautifully, elegantly on the skin and in the hair? And I thought, there's got to be something more than just what's in the tube. There's got to be something to it. And so for me, I know this is really cliche, but Aidan, the one thing that I've come to appreciate, Forever was doing quality before companies ever knew or even thought about quality. This company's been around for 46 years, and what traditional supplement companies and skincare companies are talking about now, I want to say, yeah, we've been doing that for 46 years. So what? Because really, the level of quality that we apply to our product development process is I've never seen anything like it. And like I said, I have seen and tested a lot of products from other companies. We have a quality standard that allows us to produce the highest level of efficacy, keeping the product safe for the consumer, but ensuring that we are never cutting corners. And as a developer, I could see that when I first tried the products, but it wasn't until I joined the company that I truly saw behind the curtain that level of commitment and that level of integrity. So for me, when I talk about Forever, I talk about the level of integrity in creating products that truly do exactly what they say they're going to do in the safest, purest, highest quality way.
I can't agree more. And having been part of that process as you were talking, I thought about our product development strategy is very simple.
It is.
And I think that's what kept it, like what you're talking about, we should try it. Do you like it? Yeah, I think so. We tried on some more people. Do you like it? Yeah. And if enough people said they liked it, we would then go back and look at formulation.
Right.
In the sense that it wasn't about what is the most cost-effective formula, what is the best sexy formula online, what is all of that stuff. It was always about, is this functional? It's like when we started and I said about the aloe. Every time I drink it, it just unlocks this whole sort of memory of us building this business and enjoying the journey. And then, and to see how grit has been part of that, not only in your own personal life as, a mother of two and all of the things that you have to go through there and building a successful career in parallel to that. And it kind of sort of, in fact, we were together in early March in the aloe fields.
Yeah, wow.
And you talk about grit. Gosh. Yeah, you're literally standing on, the other definition of grit.
Yes, you are.
And you see the simplicity and the purity of the process and how, you know, that field is nurtured by great people.
First of all, the Dominicans are very happy people, and they've got this, oh, they're beautiful people. But they've got this commitment and passion to the work, and they are out there day after day after day, harvesting, nurturing, planting, hand cutting our aloe. You know, that's grueling work, and they do it day after day after day, and they get up, and we have employees that have been there for a very, very long time, which says a lot about their commitment to the company, their commitment to their job, and the culture of our company. So
and the company's commitment to them.
Absolutely.
You know, in the sense that, you know, Gary tells us often we have waiting lists of people that want to work in that environment because they, you know, his people get looked after a lot. So that simplicity, pureness that starts in the aloe field, starts with that seed and sort of grows, it comes through the whole sort of journey of our product. Aloe vera. It was simply, like you said, cut from the ground, filleted, put in a bottle, and given to you. And the bottle is, I found this, I don't know, they can see that on camera, but what I'm holding up here for those that are listening is a picture of the old stabilized aloe vera gel bottle, the original. I found this, and
it's iconic,
this
right?
is where it started.
It is where it started.
You know, and that journey has gone from being a stabilized aloe vera to where we changed the process a little bit and able to adjust the stabilization, take out some of that stabilization ingredients and go to a much purer product. We then moved as best we could to reduce the amount of heavy pulp in there to make it more consumable. Went through the Tetra journey, and we've ended up with these fantastic, which I love.
I do too. They're so beautiful. This is going to be the iconic bottle that's going to live.
Bottles.
Yeah, that's going to remain. That's so beautiful.
Fantastic. But why aloe? What is it about aloe that is just so effective?
You know, Aidan, that's probably the biggest benefit anybody who is introduced to Forever Living products will have, is that most people in the world, even today, after Forever being around for 46 years, and there also being other companies who promote versions of aloe vera, a lot of people do not understand that you can drink aloe vera gel. And that's, I mean, right there is such an opportunity, because the simplicity in it is the 3 benefits that aloe vera provide. The first being natural energy levels, and not in any particular order. Second being helping with nutrient absorption. And then third, digestive support. Again, you're in a world today where everybody's talking about the gut and gut health and microbiome, and the gut being the second brain of the body. And I just kind of sit back and smile, like, yeah, we've known that for 46 years. We've been producing a product to help with those benefits for 46 years. So we really are the leader. But why aloe? First of all, why not? It's the most pure, beneficial product that you can put in your body, you know. And then there are so many additional benefits that we're learning about every single day. Now, to be honest with you, the aloe vera plant has been studied by science. It's a little bit more difficult to access those scientific studies, just because we live in a world of pharmaceuticals, and we live in a world where there are, you know, the whole nature versus Western medicine is kind of more controversial. But if you're looking for a homeopathic or a naturopathic benefit, look no farther than drinking aloe vera gel. When you start your day drinking aloe, everything you do from that moment is better. From the way your body is processing the other supplements you're taking, to the way that your body feels when you're eating better, everything you do is better. So it's the kind of the lifeblood of our company, but it truly is one of the most remarkable products that very few people today still know anything about. And if that's not an opportunity right there, I don't know what is, because we are the company. We do it better than anybody else. We control the process, as you mentioned, from every step of the way to make sure that by the time it is harvested from the ground and put in that bottle, it is the purest, safest product you can drink. I mean, that's just tremendous opportunity. And then once you start on that regimen, you don't ever want to stop. I know the days that I miss drinking my aloe vera gel, because I can feel it. I just feel this, gosh, what's wrong? Oh, didn't drink my aloe today. So it's a powerful way to start your day.
And very consumable.
Very consumable, yeah.
I've always loved aloe. I've tried all of the flavors, but I always end up back at the OG one, you know. And I love Freedom. We don't have Freedom out here right now, but Freedom's good. But
Aidan, what was it like for you when you tried aloe vera for the very first time?
well, I had a very unusual experience with it because it was from the back of a car in the parking lot outside a Success Day, the first ever Success Day that I went to see the company, and it was lukewarm. And it was back before it was kind of full of pulp and all that. So my first mouthful was memorable. I was like, holy flipping heck, how would anyone want to drink this, you know? But you know, obviously we've done a lot of work to make it taste a lot better than it did. And
but let's be real, there's still some people. I mean, I'm not going to lie. When I first tried it, when you guys flew me here to kind of meet the company, I remember tasting it for the first time and like, oh, don't make a face, don't make a face. And I remember thinking, wow, I mean, for us who have been drinking it a long time, we now are used to the flavor. But the everyday individual who has not tried aloe, they may have whoa, that's an interesting flavor.
Well, that was the genesis of, you know, nectar first, and then peaches, and then mango, was to give variety, because we know that's important, and that's certainly something you should consider as people, you know, maybe a challenge with the taste of the straight gel or the Freedom, is they could look at another variety of it. But
it's an interesting, I mean, it's a real experience, but as they persist, it gets, you know, it's that first time that you're trying something new, but then after you continue drinking, you're like, oh, this is fantastic.
Yeah, so, for sure. The process of bringing product to market, and we're running out of time, Hall. We've been talking a long time, and I love it, and I'm learning a lot. I'm still processing half of the things you told me, and the other half I'm trying to remember. You know, my age takes my memory with it. I loved what you said too about our bodies don't produce
our own collagen.
Because we get older, and I was thinking all the things my body doesn't produce now. I'm getting older, apart from fat and hair in my nose, you know. But there you go. That's a personal thing we'll deal with later. But I was interested this weekend when, you know, you're constantly searching for new ideas and feedback. And it was very intriguing how there's a humility to that, you know, in the sense that I know you ran into a couple of that young lady from New York who works at a plastic surgeon. You know, and you, all of a sudden she's in your office, she's rubbing stuff on, she's trying stuff, and becomes part of the process. How important is that feedback loop? Why is that something you developed over time, or is that something that's common in the industry? Or
I don't know that it's necessarily common in the industry, but it's critical. Like, it is the lifeblood of what we do, Aidan. If I were to be sitting in my chair producing products based on my personal bias, I would miss 95% of the consumer out there, the retail world, because, you know, I have very distinct preferences in what I like to try. Our best ideas in product development come from the field, from the people who are on the ground, either talking about forever or who don't know forever yet, right? Who are out there being bombarded with all of the content that they're seeing in social media. That really is the person that's going to give us the very best ideas. So, I mean, at the very beginning of the day, I am a consumer. So I love products, I use products, but I can't take the product out of me, Aidan. Every time I am online, it's not to go through and scroll to see what the new dance is or what the new trend is, right? I am always looking at ingredients. I'm looking at you know, best practices in the skincare industry, in hair care, in cosmetics, in wellness. I mean, you talk about trends and scientific advancements, they're changing every single day. I can't get away from it. My family won't go grocery shopping with me anymore. I have to do it all by myself. And Gary can attest to this too when he travels with me. I am like a moth to the flame. If I see a new product out there, I go right to it. I pick it up. I look at the ingredients. I look at the branding. I look at the messaging. I see if they match. I look at all the marketing statements. It's who I am.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's not for me. I have to be aware that we are creating products for people all around the world. And so it's really the feedback that they give us that allows us to be the best we can be when we bring a product to market.
Great stuff. We're going to have to wrap it up. And there's so many other questions that pop into my mind and observations. And, you know, one of the things that sticks out to me is the how over your career, you've used product of all types to empower people. Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing, and we're grateful you brought that passion to what I believe is the greatest opportunity in the world. And so as we wrap this up, it's not easy to retail product,
no,
you know, and you know, there'll be a lot of people listening to this and thinking, I'd love to be able to say how you say and do it how you do, because you're so articulate and so experienced. And I'm sure they could get to that point, you know, with practice. However, what is the best way for them to retail a product, to share a product? What would you suggest?
So, Aidan, I'm going to ask you a question. Tell me about your morning regimen. When you get up in the morning, talk to me about the products that you use every single day before you come into the office. What does that look like for you?
So I jump out of bed and I just feel so alive and up and down. I want to do push-ups. And no, that's not me at all. I stagger out of bed. I'm 55 years old, so I need to pee. I'm not allowed. Am I allowed to say that on podcast? I don't know. But product-wise, it's pretty intense the more I think about it. So there's the supplements I take pretty much within the first 30 minutes of being awake. For sure, Arctic Sea, daily, probiotic. Gummies I absolutely love, but you've got me on a bit of a diet on gummies, so I save those for after lunch. It's kind of a sweet treat. Coenzyme Q10, the Cardio Health. What else? Supplement-wise.
So that's your supplement.
Oh no, and then my shake. So I take fiber every morning, and I take either pea protein or Forever Light. I kind of mix those. I get kind of taste fatigue or whatever you call that.
Right.
And that's even before I brush my teeth, shower with shampoo and conditioner. I love, and especially you did an amazing job on the shampoo and conditioner. I love those new ones. And then it's the toner. You've got me using that, and for sure the protective day lotion. You know you're always on me because of my skin thing. You know, I use that every day. I put that on every day. Our fragrance, or you know, and I use both of them. Malosi and Alofa. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I actually love them both. Not? You know, not at the same time.
Right.
I try and alternate days a little bit.
Deodorant. You apply a deodorant, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't use our deodorant.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't.
We'll change that very soon.
I had a lot of problem with like when I was on stage and stuff. I used to sweat loads. So I got this procedure done that helped me. So I don't sweat so much now. Good. So I don't know if you're supposed to talk like that, but who cares? They can listen anyway. So that's probably like what it looks like for me in the morning, I think. I probably missed something out. But.
So Aidan, you just named 7 dietary supplements and 6 personal care products in the first hour, would you say, of your day?
Oh, easy, yeah,
okay.
for sure.
That's an opportunity to retail product right there, because the products
the
products you recommended are not products that you're going to have to sell to anybody or convince.
Absorbent D.
Absorbent D,
every day.
Of course, yeah.
I love
Doesn't
that
it
product.
Taste delicious?
Yeah.
Boy, our team did a great job with that.
That is a fantastic product.
And so needed today in a world that's completely deficient. Like, Forever has the solution. And we're not doctors. I always tease, I say I'm not a doctor, but I play one in the office, because everybody comes and asks me for product recommendations for whatever. But we really have something for everybody. And you named, Mr. Simple, right? You are the Mr. Simple guy, like the very, very, very bare minimum. You just named a tremendous opportunity in products that everybody knows. You know, we hope everybody's brushing their teeth. We hope they're shaving. We hope that they're washing their hair, that they're showering, body wash, soap. We have so many core products that are really part of everybody's daily lifestyle. For me, retailing is so simple, because why not try Forever products? It's not why not?
The concept of try it.
Yeah.
It doesn't work, we'll give you your money back. That's it, right?
Nothing to lose.
Don't overthink
and everything to gain.
Don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
And make sure you follow up with a good returns opportunity, so people have a great experience. And Holly, we've been apparently talking for 40 minutes.
Wow.
It's felt like 5.
I told you in the beginning, Aidan, you can't shut me up.
Oh, you did amazing. It's been wonderful to spend a few minutes with you. I know that they'll find it beneficial, even just to learn a little bit about Holly and what makes her tick. And you brought some amazing stuff to market. I know we haven't even started talking about the future.
Oh,
How many products are you working on right now?
Right now, I have 26 active product concepts that we're exploring for Rally for 2025 and 2026. We've got about 6 products for 2025 and about 7 products that we're looking at. Now, as you know, at any point, a product could completely fall off the map for whatever reason. The market may turn, stability may not pass, it may be too expensive, but we have to fill that pipeline because we know that at any given moment, those products will become the next, the global rally launch, and so we have to continually be working towards that. So, Aidan, it's
true,
very exciting.
You make us sit through these long product meetings.
I know, wham,
but also,
let me call the ambulance.
On that, we've got some strategic quitting that we'll be doing too, is the product that, as we add product, our idea is not just to make our product line so massive, it's too cumbersome, too expensive, because we're not 100% vertically integrated, but we're close, and that's a big burden on the company to hold so many products. So we will be pulling products that are not performing.
And how easy is that? I know we're trying to wrap up, but how easy is that for you, Aidan, who is at, you're the president of the company, you're traveling all around the world, you connect with the FBOs, maybe not even the leaders, that single mother who's out there building her business, who might have quit her full-time job to go forever full-time. You're the one that is in those meetings when we talk about strategically quitting those products. How easy is that process for you?
It's both, it's difficult for the individual, it always is. But when you get to a certain point in all leadership, is that you have to take a much broader, wider look at it. And if it's underperforming and a distraction, it distracts your time, it distracts her time, and it distracts resources and finance and all those things. And so in some ways it's pretty straightforward, but the impact isn't. Right. When that lady calls you or that man calls you and says, hey, where's the sunscreen that I loved and enjoyed? That's always difficult. But I am very committed to, and we are very committed to making sure that what we have is effective and supports the great name of Forever, So we got to go, and I hate to do that, but thanks so much for spending a few minutes with us on the Powered by Forever podcast and sharing a 330 with me. It's always been great. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your contribution. We're excited about what the future holds. We know some of those 26 products are remarkable, and we're excited about them. But more importantly, we're excited because of your passion and love of people. So thanks for that, and hey, come back soon.
Hey, I will. Anytime, Aidan. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to sit down with you. You and I have some great, inspiring, and sometimes just some silly, goofy conversations. It's always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.